Every time you learn a new skill or form a memory, your brain physically rewires itself through a process called neuroplasticity. But chronic stress and aging disrupts this mechanism. Over time, they degrade the brain's delicate balance of excitatory and inhibitory signals, creating the daily friction we experience as brain fog and cognitive decline. To address this, modern pharmacology is shifting away from simple symptom management. Medical researchers are now actively mapping complex chemical pathways to actively trigger cellular repair and restore that lost neuroplasticity. This is exactly why lion's mane mushroom is drawing clinical attention. It naturally produces low molecular weight compounds that are small enough to pass directly through the blood-brain barrier. Once inside, these specific molecules, called hericenones and erinosines, directly stimulate the production of nerve growth factor, the exact protein required to maintain and grow new nerve cells.
This chart shows the difference in timelines. Instead of the flat, delayed 6-week intervention curve you often see with traditional pharmacological treatments, sustained nerve growth factor stimulation creates a compounding, upward-trending line of biological repair over time. The underlying science is highly promising, but accessing these compounds forces a difficult choice. You either have to navigate a consumer market filled with questionable, highly processed extracts, or manage the intimidating logistics of growing the fungi yourself. Selecting the wrong acquisition method costs more than a few wasted dollars. It means you are actively depriving your brain of the exact neuroregenerative compounds required for actual cognitive repair. If you opt for commercial extracts, your input is entirely financial. You spend between $40 and $80 a month in exchange for zero physical labor. To be biologically effective, these commercial products require a dual extraction process. The manufacturer must use alcohol to pull out the nerve-stimulating terpenes and hot water to extract the immune-supporting beta-glucans. The primary biological benefit of a liquid extract is highly concentrated delivery. A sublingual dose under the tongue bypasses your initial digestion and pushes the active compounds directly into your bloodstream. But look at this bar chart mapping extraction ratios. Marketing labels frequently boast a 12-to-1 extraction, meaning 12 units of fresh mushroom are processed down into a single unit of extract. Notice the simultaneous drop on the trend line. As the physical mass shrinks, the heat-sensitive compounds degrade. This reveals a hidden chemical risk. The high heat processing required to manufacture these extracts frequently destroys sensitive therapeutic molecules, completely obliterating the mushroom's natural cellular matrix in the process. On top of that, the industry commonly cuts these products with mycelium grown on grain substrates. In practice, you are paying premium prices for pulverized rice filler instead of actual fruiting bodies. Liquid extracts offer frictionless convenience. However, you pay a massive markup for a product that carries a high risk of diluting the exact neurocompounds you are trying to consume. The middle ground is the Smart Grow Kit. This hardware requires an upfront capital investment ranging from $20 to $300. Unlike a bottle of tincture, this method requires daily physical input. You have to actively mist the growing block and manage strict humidity levels within the fruiting chamber. In exchange for that labor, you get to harness the accelerated organic vitality of a mushroom fruiting body expanding directly from the substrate block.
The primary chemical outcome of this method is certainty. By growing it yourself, you guarantee a 100% pure fruiting body with zero grain filler. Consuming the whole, fresh mushroom also maximizes bioavailability. Because the natural cellular matrix is intact, it physically aids your digestion and increases the absorption of those active compounds. There are strict spatial trade-offs to consider. These kits demand permanent physical counter space in your home, and the fresh mushrooms they produce have a shelf life of only a few days before spoiling. You also have to physically prep them. Fresh lion's mane must be subjected to slow culinary heat to break down its tough cell walls and release the therapeutic compounds. Ultimately, grow kits force a clear compromise. You trade daily physical friction and kitchen space for absolute purity and superior whole food bioavailability. If you want to move beyond the kitchen counter, you enter scaled cultivation, a path designed strictly for the deep hobbyist or the aspiring commercial farmer. This schematic of a vertical autoclave chamber illustrates the core mechanic of commercial cultivation. To penetrate dense substrate bags, The sealed chamber must reach 121 degrees Celsius under 15 psi of pressurized steam. This specific high-pressure environment completely eradicates all competing bacteria, molds, and spores. Achieving this sterile baseline is exactly what allows your desired mushroom mycelium to rapidly colonize the bag with zero biological competition. The trade-off for this level of production is severe. It demands industrial infrastructure, a steep learning curve for boiler operation, and significant dedicated floor space. The absolute opposite approach is wild foraging, a method requiring zero capital investment and no infrastructure whatsoever. Instead of capital, foraging requires deep physical and educational inputs. You must learn precise identification skills and spend hours hiking to locate specific dead hardwoods, like oak and beech, where the fungi grow. The primary biological drawback is the timing. The highly restrictive late summer to fall seasonal window prevents you from securing a year-round supply. Both of these extremes fail the average consumer. Foraging is too unpredictable to establish a daily cognitive baseline, and running an autoclave turns a simple wellness habit into a full-time farming operation. The objectively best method for acquiring lion's mane does not exist. Your choice is entirely dependent on your specific tolerance for friction. This flowchart maps a decision framework based on your primary constraint: time, purity, or scale. If time is constrained, choose commercial extracts, but manually audit certificates of analysis to ensure medicinal value. If purity and budget are key, choose a smart grow kit to guarantee quality if you manage daily environmental inputs. If your constraint is scale, you need autoclave infrastructure for high-yield production. If you are a busy professional whose hours are heavily leveraged, paying the high recurring convenience tax for a premium tincture is your only mathematically viable option. If you are a quality purist, sacrificing kitchen counter space for a grow kit is the only way to guarantee you aren't eating expensive rice powder. Over-optimizing for the perfect mushroom is useless if the protocol doesn't fit your lifestyle. You have to choose the specific path that you can sustain consistently to actually protect your cognitive baseline.